What's up, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to another video of, as always, Aaliyah, where we always keep it real. Now, guys, in this video, Camille Rose just released a new collection, and we'll be talking all about her new collection in this video. Yes, guys, you heard me correctly. Camille Rose herself just released her honey collection. I got my hands on 2 of the products, but I believe there's about 4 or 5. The ones that I purchased were the spiked honey mousse. It's a 4-in-1 styler, and I also got my hands on the Honeycomb curl whip, and this is a texture defining super cream. These are the 2 products that we'll be discussing today, and I am so excited to be using these on my hair, y'all. My hair needs a little bit of extra love today, so hopefully the Camille Rose products will do it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on to this video, debrief what the collection is all about, and read a little bit more about Camille Rose. Let's do it. Alright, guys, so before we get started, let's hop on to the Camille Rose website so you can get a better understanding of the honey collection and what it's all about. So I'm going to do an overlay on my screen so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Alright, guys, so you should see on your screen right now the Camille Rose. This is her honey collection. We're going to first start off with the Honeycomb Curl Whip Texture Defining Super Cream. Now, it does have a small paragraph here of just what the new collection is all about. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you really quickly.
It does say to sweeten your hair care ritual with our new honey collection, crafted with hydrating honey and soothing nettle root. Our nourishing honey collection offers a rich assortment of handcrafted hair blends for all textures. Droplets of real honey soften, smooth, and hydrate strands, while infusions of nettle root enhance shine and improve overall hair health. The collection offers intense conditioning, texture definition, superior styling, and everyday refreshing. Indulge in our mixed, fresh to order honey hair care system.
Wow, that was a really good opening, and I have a better understanding of what her collection is all about. So if you go down here, it does have her recipe down here, so you can read a little bit more about the nettle and the honey that she has. I love that she has her gourmet ingredients separated from the full ingredient list, and it just talks a little bit more about the honey and the nettle root, which is really good. And she says that the nettle root promotes regrowth of hair, which is awesome. I'm interested in the how to enjoy. This is pretty much like the how to use section. It just says, in order to enjoy, section off hair and apply generously on freshly washed and conditioned strands. May be used to moisturize and set braids, twists, and bantu knots. So that's a little bit more information all about the Honeycomb Curl Whip Texture Defining Super Cream. That was the first product that I purchased. As you can see, it's $14. And it was on sale. I think it came out around Black Friday. So now we're going to go ahead over to the mousse, and we'll read a little bit more about the mousse as well. So here is the mousse, guys. It has the same opening that I just read to you guys. Now the mousse is a little bit more affordable at $11.99 instead of $14. She calls this the Spike Honey Mousse. It's a 4-in-1 styler. So let's scroll down and see what we're working with. Again, it has that honey and nettle in there. The gourmet ingredients are the exact same, which is nice because it's all in the same collection. Here's the full list of ingredients. As you can see, it starts off with water and rice water and honey, so those, and nettle, so those are like the main ingredients, are the first few ingredients in the product. And then how to enjoy. She says to apply a generous amount onto freshly washed and conditioned strands to style hair. Can be used for wash and goes, braid outs, twist outs, rod sets, and more protective styles. Allow to fully dry before fluffing. But I'm so happy that she put this out there. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the overlay so you guys can come back to me now. Okay, and I'm back. So you guys just got a better glimpse of the honey collection from Camille Rose. We'll be using these 2 natural hair products today, and I'm gonna go ahead and do me a little flexi rod set, y'all. I got my flexi rods right here. Hopefully that's enough because they're all different colors, shapes, and sizes, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of these products. I'm going to first apply the Curl Whip as a cream, and then I'm going to go in with the mousse. And I know it says not to really do that, but if you buy the products, you should be using them how you want to. And I always get the best results when I use them how I want to instead of using them as directed. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Curl Whip first, and then I'm going to put the mousse on top, and I'm going to do some flexi rods. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, I am back. I have already sectioned off my hair. I have 3 looking crazy sections in the front right here, and then I have 1 big old section in the back. I am going to be applying the Ayurvedic and Natural Herbs hair growth oil from Shar Naturals. This is one of my favorite oils. This has so many different oils in here that work well with your hair and hair growth and just moisturizes my scalp, my hair. I absolutely love it. I purchased so many of these bottles from her. I need to start making my own as much money as I'm spending on this, but anywho. So I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my scalp first. I do have here also with me my aloe vera juice, and there is also some water in here as well because I ran out of aloe vera juice, so I mixed it like halfway with water, halfway with aloe vera juice, so that's in this bottle. I do also have with me some clips that we'll be using. I have my detangler that we'll be using, and then we also have the styling products as well. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out the back section with my flexi rods, and then I will meet you guys in the front so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I never show the back of my hair because I think the back is boring and I can't get the best angles for you guys, so I personally like the front where you can see my face and see what I'm talking about. So again, I'm going to knock out the back section and I will be right back to show you what I'm doing when I get to the front. Deuces. Alright guys, so I am back. I just finished the back of my head, and y'all, I am loving this honeycomb curl whip and the spiked honey mousse. Oh my goodness. When I first started using it, it's infused. It is infused with honey. It smells so good. They smell the same. I'll show you guys in a second how it comes out. There's a lot of product in here. It's pretty heavy as well. The cream is very smooth to go on. I love that it has a lot of slip as well. You can tell this is like an all natural product. Oh my goodness, this is some good stuff right here, y'all. Y'all gonna want to go out and get this. So I do have 3 sections on my head. I didn't know if I wanted this part, that part, what type of part I wanted, so I just sectioned it off in 3 sections. And we're gonna go ahead and start with this section right here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use the products and also how to style your hair with the flexi rods as well. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start parting. I'm gonna take down that first section right here. And before we do anything, we gotta put some oil on our scalp. I have been loving this Shar Naturals Ayurvedic and Natural Herbs hair growth oil. Girl. So let me go ahead and just put this all on my scalp. My scalp is a little bit dry, so this has been just like nourishing my scalp. This definitely helps with hair growth, all types of stuff. So not too much, but I'm definitely making sure it's in there. And then I just go ahead and give it a good massage. It's like my favorite part of the whole day. Massaging that oil right into my scalp, stimulating that hair growth, stimulating the blood flow. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is nice. Okay, so now that the oil's all in there, now we can go back and part. Again, we'll take out that first section of hair, pop everything else up and out the way. And now we're focused right on this section right here. The very first thing, well, the second thing I'm going to do is go ahead and spray it with some aloe vera and water. Not too much, but I do need the section a little bit moist before we can start applying the products on top. Now, since the first ingredient in the curl whip, I believe, is water, we can this works well with water, so we can put water on our hair and then put this on top, and they'll pair really well together. Take one little piece like that. There's the section. Nice and creamy. That wasn't like the best representation of it, but it's nice and creamy, guys. Just put that all in the section, and I don't want to do too much because I want it to dry pretty fast, and if you want stuff to dry fast, you can't use like a ton of product. So here is the spiked honey mousse right here, guys, and I'm just going to be using 1 pump, 1.5 pumps, just like that. You can see that's how it looks, and we're going to go ahead and put that on right on top of the cream. Oh, y'all, you don't know what you're missing. It smells so good. So now that that's all nice and worked in, my good old Felicia Leatherwood brush, and just start working at the ends first, and then I detangle up. And you want to keep detangling to make sure all the knots are out. Now, I've been using all different types of colors, shapes, and sizes. I don't know, whatever works, but the very first thing you're going to want to do is just loop it on there, just like that. You take your ends, make sure your ends are on there. I'm actually going to put a little bit more cream on my ends because I want them to lay flat. And if your ends are like spiky or looking a little dry, just put a little bit of cream or mousse. But I am going to go ahead and take that and lay it flat onto the flexi rod. And now we're just going to go ahead and wrap. And you can see this is the technique that I'm doing. I'm just twisting my fingers right up. Then once I get to the top where I can't go anymore, I flap that part down. And then to secure the ends, I flap that part up. Like so. And there you go. There is your flexi rod. Super easy. It's complete and we can keep moving on. So the next one is right here. We're going to do that one more time, guys. Very first thing you're going to want to do, hit it with some water. And now we have the Honeycomb curl whip, and we can go in just with one pump of that right here. And it's so smooth, guys. It is so smooth. Crazy smooth. Like, I like it, and I love how it smells. I just want to eat it. It smells so good. And it melts right into my hair, which is nice. And I just do the prayer hands to make sure it's all evenly distributed. And now we have the spiked mousse. One pump of that, just like so. And then we can go in and just start putting that right on top. And after all the products are on my hair, that's when I detangle. So now that it's all nice and smooth, again, go ahead and take a flexi rod just like so. Nice and smooth. I am going to put just a touch on my ends just to make them flat. Alright, so now go ahead and with the flexi rod, wrap your ends on, and then I kind of put a little bit of hair on top so it doesn't move anywhere, and then I start to ravel right up. Just like that. Okay, and now that it's where I cannot wrap it anymore, I just push this part down. I'm going to push this part up, squeeze it all so it's in place, and there it is. There it is. I'm 2 down. Alright guys, let's keep going. You're going to see me use these 2 products in the flexi rods, and we're going to finish the front. Let's do it. I'm ready to kind of just sit back and relax and let this dry a little bit. I am going to go ahead and take this out tomorrow, and I know you're probably thinking, how is she going to go to sleep? It's going to be a struggle, but I promise I will make it work. I always do. So I am going to go ahead and just wrap my head up in maybe like a nice bonnet. I probably will sit under a hooded dryer just to shock it so it can become really dry. If they're not dry, I'm not going to take them out because they need to be fully dry in order to see the curl. So I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I definitely am so happy that I got a chance to use the Camille Rose Honeycomb Curl Whip and the Camille Rose Spiked Honey Mousse. Oh, y'all, you are missing out if you do not have these products. They smell so good, and they worked on my hair effortlessly, so I'm pretty happy. But I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to wrap my head up, allow this to dry, and then once it's dry, I'll be back so I can take it down and show you guys the full results. I hope you guys are ready. Hang in there with me. And if you like what you're seeing so far, go ahead and give this a good like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. What's up guys? So I am back, and y'all, my hair is, well, hopefully is 100% dry just by me touching it and feeling it at the root, because that's the part that dries last, is your root of your hair. It feels dry, so we're gonna go ahead and try to take these out. Y'all, before we do anything, I just want you to know that I slept horribly last night. It is so hard to try to sleep in perm rods or flexi rods or any type of rod set where you're just uncomfortable. You kind of just have to find a comfortable spot on your bed. I did sleep in my bonnet. This is like an extra large bonnet that I was able to find. I don't know if I got this at the beauty supply store or where I purchased it from, but if I can find out, I'll definitely have it linked below. But it's just like one of those really big, super big bonnets. So this is what I slept in last night, and then I allowed my hair to dry all night night long. Because I was starting on dry hair, it didn't take that long at all. If you are starting on like super wet hair, freshly washed, clean hair, and you're starting on wet hair, it's going to take a little bit longer for your flexi rods to dry. Also, if you pay attention to how I wrapped it, you can see that it's wrapped very flat along the rod, so it's going to break down that drying process as well. Let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and start taking these out. I'm going to go ahead and start separating them, and then we'll just see what's wet. And if they're not dry, I got to get under that dryer and make sure they're dry, because I'm not taking these out unless they're 100% dry. All right, let's see what's wet. Let's do it, guys. So I just finished taking out all the perm rods. Oh, I feel so much better that they're out of my head. Thank the Lord. But I am going to go ahead and unravel these and actually make these look like a hairstyle. I'm going to do it off camera so I don't bore you guys, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I just got done taking out half of my hair. It is fully unraveled. I'm so happy. The Camille Rose products are definitely coming through. These are lightweight curls. I think that they're going to last a while. It's not taking me long at all to unravel them. This is amazing, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just take out the other side off camera really quickly. Alright y'all, so my hair is finally 100% taken out. My bangs are a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and do the bobby pin trick and pop my bangs back. All you need is about 1 or 2 bobby pins. You're going to want to open it up and then take your bangs and slide them back. Go ahead and put that bobby pin in there. Secure it with another bobby pin, and then pop your bangs back over. Now I think that looks so much better, and I can see you guys, so I am enjoying it. Yo, I gotta do my little dance. Ow, I'm so happy that my hair turned out great. Don't forget, it was the Honeycomb curl whip and the spiked honey mousse. These did the job, guys. These really did a really good job with my hair. This is exciting. Do you guys see the curls? I get so happy when I have a fresh set of curls, man. This is going to be a good week. I can tell y'all right now, this is going to be a good week. I really did enjoy the Camille Rose. This is the recipe for beauty, as she says on her label. Man, I'm going to probably have to go back and buy some more of these products, because these were popping for sure, and I hope that you guys go ahead and try them out. Before I let you guys go, if you did learn anything, if you like what you saw, if you like the hairstyle or learned a little bit more about the honey collection from Camille Rose, go ahead and give this a good subscribe, like, and share. But without further ado, guys, I am out of here. I will catch you guys in the next one. My name is Aaliyah. This is, as always, Aaliyah, where we always keep it real. Bye, guys. Deuces.